position this phone. I'm live. Good morning, good morning. Get everything together here. Let my hair down. And let's talk about medical collections. Right? I love deleting collections accounts. Why? Because, let me make sure my phone. Because once you get a collection account deleted from your credit report, that is the only type of account, the only kind of account that you can get deleted from your credit report and legally be obligated not to owe the debt, meaning that the debt cancels out without prejudice, right? Meaning that it can't come back later on to haunt you or collect on it. And you can't get subpoenaed to court or summoned to court, right? From medical collections or any collection account, right? Any account that's sold to a debt buyer or a collection agency, you can get it deleted from your credit report and not legally owe or be obligated or cancel out or discharge the debt without prejudice, and position yourself to save hundreds and thousands of dollars. I've seen medical collections as high as $13,000. People have been saved from paying or legally owing or obligated for their debt. What a great Christmas gift. What a great stress relief that will be for someone debt collector is trying to collect a medical bill or a medical collection or any type of collection account. And for Christmas, they take the action steps and get in contact with me for my coaching and consulting to help guide them along the way to relieve them of their stress for Christmas. Or what about giving yourself? Have you ever thought about this? Have you ever thought about this, right? Instead of having a consumer's mindset, a consumer mindset is, let's spend every month, because every month of the year is designed, right, to take your money. That's why my business is LD Lifestyle Design Financial Coaching, because I show you how the design is set up, and then I help you transform your mind and your mindset about spending money and your mindset about how you use credit to help you now get on the path to where you're not in bondage, right, with bad credit and negative cash flow, but now you are financially seeking some freedom. Now that you're financially free, so oftentimes it's just not about having more money, right? It's about having more choices in life. It's not always about having more money. It's about having more choices in life, And so again, once these collections are deleted from your credit report, you also, or people that seek me out, also go directly to the collection agency or the debt buyer and make them produce the documentation that they are supposed to have to collect from you. And 50% of the time, they do not have it. And if they do not have it, they cannot legally collect. And if they cannot legally collect, that means you are totally discharged and free legally, right? And it does not mean that you ask them things like, are you registered to collect in my state? Prove that the amount that I owe or is the amount, that I prove that the amount is valid, every balance, every notation. You don't need every interest rate. You don't need all of that. That is not proper debt validation to totally eradicate, discharge, get rid of the debt, right? So give yourself a Christmas gift this Christmas. It's about 35 days to Christmas, I believe. 35 days until Christmas. Give yourself the gift this Christmas of creating you a lifestyle of better credit and better cash flow, right? Of better credit and better cash flow, and counseling. Let's get these C's together this morning. And counseling collection debt. Counseling collection debt. Don't let that letter drop in the mail give you some type of anxiety or stress. And then when you have rights, federal rights, because the letter will give you the rights, it notify you of the rights in a small print that you have 30 days, right? You have 30 days to make us validate this debt. That's your right. You have 30 days to make us validate this debt. And if you relinquish your rights within that 30 days, then we will assume. You know what an assumption is. That means we don't know if it's true. We don't have proof that it's true. But because you did not respond, we are going to assume that it's true. And if we assume that it's true, now we have legal rights to take you to court, to summons you to court. And most debt collectors collect, right, on a default judgment, meaning that once you do not respond within your legal time frame of 30 days, then the debt collector or debt buyer or junk debt buyer will summons you to court. And then people don't show up for court because they feel like I've lost. It's a lost battle, but you can still show up for court and win. You just have to know the law, and you have to know the language and know what to say, right? But people say, oh, I don't show up for court, and they have a bill when I visited the hospital or got my services performed at the hospital or this clinic. And because they have a bill, that must be proof. That is not proof. A printout bill or an itemized statement is not proof under the law. That is not proper validation. That is not what they need to validate. But 99.9% of the time, that's what they send you. And you assume, you now make the assumption that, well, hey, that's the documentation they need. That is not the documentation they need. What happens when they summons you to court is they win from a default judgment. So what does that mean? Default judgment means, people just don't show up for court. They just don't show up for court. They just, don't show up, figure it's a lost cause. And now they put themselves in a position to either get their check garnished or to set up some type of payment plan, right? So, hey, reach out to me. Visit my website, www.𝒞𝓄𝒾𝓄cash.com, fixmycreditandcash.com. Reach out to me. Send me an email. To get started with your credit analysis, you must send me your credit report first, right? You must send me that credit report first. Do not message me and say, this is my phone number, give me a call. I use this example or scenario all the time. Would you, with bad health, with sickness, with your cough, with your ailments, with your pain, would you call your doctor's office and leave a message with his secretary and say, I'm not feeling well, would you have Dr. So-and-so call me back at this number? And would you sit and wait with that pain, with that ailment, with that sickness until you receive a phone call from your busy doctor? Or would you do what you need to do to set up an appointment to have a phone consultation with your doctor? Would you call or would you inquire and say, I'm not feeling well, I need to set up an appointment? And when you show up at the appointment, right, would you not bring the documentation that you need, such as your driver's license, such as whatever, in order for the paperwork to be processed so the doctor may be able to see and treat you? So it's protocols. Nowhere in the business world should you expect anyone to pick up a phone and call you concerning your bad health, your bad credit, and you have not invested any equity into that business professional. So that's one of the reasons why maybe you have bad credit situation, because you don't understand business etiquette and how that works. So yeah, get these medical collections, get any collections, because again, collections is the only type of account that you can, student loans, you can get it deleted from your credit report, but you still have to pay student loans. You can get that charge off deleted from your credit report, but you may still be liable to the creditor, right, to pay the charge off. That creditor, that credit card, that Bank of America, that American Express, they still may subpoena you to court, even though it's deleted from your credit report. But with collections, if you know how to do it, because you have to write the collector and write Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. You can't just get it deleted off Equifax, Experian, TransUnion and not contact the debt collector or debt buyer, right? And expect it to just automatically be, discharged, owe nothing without prejudice. You have to write all 4 entities. And you have to know the law and the language. And you have to know what proper validation looks like in your legal rights. And it is not. You have ever received a bill from a debt collector or a debt buyer stating that this is the bill that you've received from this servicer, from this clinic, from your medical, from this hospital, from this cable services, from this telemarketing service, from this utility, and this is the bill that they gave us stating that you owe them. That is not validation. That is not validation. And so if you don't know what proper validation is to help you eradicate or to legally not owe, reach out to me again. Visit my website, www.𝒞𝓄cashflow.com, and send me a message. Hey, have a wonderful Wealth Wednesday. Let's get your credit straight. Decide. Tell your family members and friends, not spending money on gifts. To you this Christmas, I need to gift myself and get my credit and cash flow in order. That's my priority, because I want to go into 2020, right? 35 more days to Christmas with great credit, with better credit, or great credit. Some people are getting great credit because they are getting in the 750 club. If you watch my post, just had a client, credit score raised 22 points. Now they are officially in the 750 club now. So I'm getting people with my credit and cash flow consulting in the 750 club, saving them thousands, getting them over that 620 into the 650 and 680s, getting the better homes that they wanted, so they can be home buyers with the possibility of ownership, or even having something that they're paying a monthly rent or mortgage on, and they have equity options, right? Equity options. That's the name of the game. And at least, when you have money going out, you can have like a savings account, right, in your home, that if you need to go and tap into to borrow money out of, you have something equitable, tangible, that you can do that, right? And so our people are getting better vehicles because they have better jobs, and they need better vehicles. They need more dependable vehicles, or they need their vehicles financed at reasonable interest rates. They're getting out of the double digits interest rates financing. They're getting away from the 10%, 11%, 12%, 13%, 15%, 26%. And now they get into the single digits financing, 6%, 7%, 5%, 4% interest rate on vehicle. So give yourself the best gift that you can give yourself for Christmas, besides Christ, right? Which is better cash flow, better credit, and beating debt collectors let me sign off. The sun is alive and in charge, and I'm glad to have a day in which I can experience that. But hey, you know, you may not be able to see me. So hey, I'm signing off. You all make a wonderful Wealth Wednesday.